Hey, America. You ladies want to get jabbed? Touch my needle.
Now, of course, we can't verify the authenticity of that video, but I think it's fair to say, especially with the low poll numbers that Dr. Fauci has been receiving lately, that it's not out of the realm of possibility that he is going through desperate measures to push his agenda. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. This is Luke Radowski here of WeAreChange.org. I love the internet. And we got a lot of very important information to get into, as it definitely seems like the state is becoming more desperate by the day, just as other governments around the world are becoming more cruel. This, as it seems like almost everyone is losing their minds in the ever-growing, larger, despotic, technocratic police state that is being built all around us in the name of safety and security. Yep, we're going to get into that, plus a lot more. But of course, if you want to create a new world, you have to destroy the existing one. You need some order out of chaos, and I think that's exactly what's happening, especially in major urban areas that are being ever influenced by billionaires like this man that literally, by the justice system, make it to whatever they want it to be and create utter crap holes like in New York City, where we have incredibly crazy stories like this one of a Good Samaritan that was mugged by a homeless man after he gave him his jacket off of his back. Now, if this doesn't give you hope in living in major city areas, I don't know what does. As of course, it's not just crazy homeless people stealing from you, it's also the state, specifically a judge in Michigan that berated a 72-year-old man with cancer who's too weak to do his yard work after the state sent him to court to face criminal penalties for not keeping up his lawn. Yes, District Judge Alexis K. Crott said, quote, "You should be ashamed of yourself. If I could give you jail time on this, I would," issuing a $100 fine towards this elderly man that couldn't keep his lawn tidy. And when the government literally isn't stealing money from cancer-ridden elderly sick patients, they're stealing it from everyone else with, of course, hyperinflation money printing that has seen the U.S. national debt almost double within the span of 10 years. 10 years ago, the U.S. national debt was nearly $15 trillion. Today, it is nearly $30 trillion. A debt that, of course, can never be paid back, is destroying people's savings, their livelihoods, everything that they saved up for, eviscerated right in front of them by, of course, irresponsible fiscal policies that were done by both President Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Remember, even though the government prints their own money, you still have to pay your fair share, pay more taxes, with even some institutions saying that you should be paying a lot more. And where does your money go towards? Well, the military-industrial complex, big pharma, and also international extortion trafficking operations of children, as clearly represented within the last 30 years through, of course, the Mr. Epstein case, which it looks now has a very interesting development, as we're learning today that the civil court case against Prince Andrew will be proceeding, as Buckingham Palace has just announced that they are stripping the Queen's son of all of his military titles and royal patronage. This as he will face a very serious charge against him as a private citizen, and soon will be facing a deposition that has very few limitations, as he is soon going to be quizzed for 7 hours on video about the story that, of course, he cannot get straight about what he did with a Mr. Epstein. Truly a surprising revelation that, of course, we're going to be keeping a very close eye on, since, of course, this is an important story that everyone should be talking about, but very rarely do we see any prominent coverage of the larger implications with this entire story. In other news across the pond, it also looks like the Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in some hot water, as many people are calling for him to resign, as, of course, he has been instituting very strict mandates, lockdowns, and restrictions on everyday life of the average UK citizen, while, of course, personally having his own parties, get-togethers, and soirees with other government representatives. Oh, wow. Hypocrisy within the government. Who would have ever thought? And of course, it's not just hypocrisy you have to look after when you're dealing with the government. It's also a lot of high-level predators, which we talked about extensively in yesterday's video on LukeUncensored.com, specifically getting into details about how things really work politically with, of course, some of the most sinister aspects of our society. That video is definitely worth a watch, available right now on LukeUncensored.com, as we're going to be doing yet another video later on today, specifically about this video of the Pfizer CEO, which is getting censored on big tech social media, and of course, some more troubling developments coming out of Australia. That, plus a lot more, all available to you later on today on LukeUncensored.com. Hope to see you there. Click the link down in the description below right now to find out more ways that you could get involved with this independent media organization. Now, just when you thought the disapproval for this current president couldn't get any lower, well, they did, according to this latest Quincy Pack poll, highlighting how dissatisfaction with the current president is almost at an all-time high, with just 33% of Americans supporting the current president, a massive drop-off of 11 points from last month. This says, of course, there have been record cases of the sickness, inflation, rising crime, and, of course, clear corruption within the federal government. And whoever thought Biden dodging questions, smirking during his press conference, rambling on about nonsense, being absolutely incoherent, forgetting the people's names around him, and announcing the plan for 1 billion tests surrounding this sickness wouldn't be popular. Who would have thought? Now, what has been the response by the Biden administration when it comes to these record low approvals numbers? Well, of course, he's not wrong. Everyone else is, as of course Biden has been begging the press and social media to censor what he calls misinformation and disinformation from platforms, making a special beg on national television, literally demanding the censorship of information, which of course overall has been extremely critical of him and his presidency because of his clear failures. And he's not dealing with misinformation or disinformation, he's dealing with reality checks, as of course major medical scientists, journalists, people with institutional power have been coming out and saying, hey, almost everything the government has been doing here has been absolutely backwards and has not been helping the American people. The American people are feeling that pain, realizing it, and of course disapproving of exactly what the President of the United States is doing. What the President is calling for here is, of course, clear silencing of his critics as the dam keeps breaking on the government's official story, especially with what's happening around this sickness, as new information has just come to light about what Dr. Fauci has known, what he has done, especially with his Wuhan laboratory, which Dr. Fauci has clearly lied to the American people about, as called out by U.S. Senator Rand Paul. This information was suppressed from the American public. It was hidden away from us when, of course, the people calling the shots were complicit in it from the very beginning. And whether it's flip-flopping on policies or lying to the American public, it's also fair to say that the American public is more distrustful of Dr. Fauci than ever before, according to a latest News Nation poll that highlights that Dr. Fauci only has 31% of Americans that trust him on his advice. Does this number reflect reality? I bet so, especially because of how inconsistent Dr. Fauci has been with this from the very beginning of it. I think it's fair to say that the official narrative has been collapsing, even in the eyes of the corporate media, with major bombshell headlines from Bloomberg, New York Times, admittedly questioning the safety and effectiveness of the end-all be-all solution by Dr. Fauci and Biden, and that, of course, was the product, which there's some very serious questions about, as, of course, we have the latest news coming out of Seattle and Los Angeles, that hospitals are asking their workers to come back even if they test positive. This, as of course, nurses in Seattle and Los Angeles were recently fired for not getting this product. The nurses that are working, that are getting sick, that are testing positive, have taken this product and they are catching the sickness, they are testing positive, and they're told to come back to work regardless. That to me is absolutely a failed policy that is absolutely illogical and nonsensical. This is again according to the reporting of the LA Times, specifically with LA and Jason Rant's reporting coming out of Seattle. Clear information that is very concerning, that has a lot of people asking some very serious questions that of course Dr. Fauci and Biden are not answering to, since of course they don't have an answer to all of this. But according to the Financial Times, all of this is the responsibility of Russia and China, as they are literally blaming other countries for people's mistrust of this product, as of course they have been advocating for psychological operations within the United States in order to more effectively push this product on the American people. A verified Twitter page called Occupy Democrats that represents a lot of progressive Democrats in New York released a statement calling for the government to steal money from people if they don't take this product, announcing that Greece is going to be fining people $113 a month for not getting this product. Austria is going to be fining people $4,000 a month for not getting this product. Quebec will, of course, also be announcing more fines and theft of the general public for not getting this product, as Occupy Democrats call for this policy to be instituted here in the United States. And I'm sorry, but I do not want to become like Canada, that is also literally banning people from being able to see their children because they didn't take this product. The insanity knows no bounds in Canada, as even the Ronald McDonald House started to evict family members who have young children who can't take this product. Yes, children and families with cancers and leukemias that are on their deathbeds are literally being evicted from comfort, all in the name of shilling and selling this product. This is cruelty. This is evil. This is benign. This has nothing to do with science, as of course there has been no data presented, nor scientific studies presented, no actual information and evidence presented to the public justifying these cruel measures that do nothing but hurt other individuals. And if these policies aren't used for cruelty and a money grab by the state, it's also being used in some places like Germany for new surveillance powers, as of course the German police have just publicly announced and even bragged that they are using data on the sick, on the cases regarding contact tracing to hunt down witnesses of crimes committed in their country. This is the track, trace, and database social credit score that, of course, is being slowly implemented, all under the disguise of your safety and protection. You get neither. You get a totalitarian police state that is absolutely unaccountable and power-hungry with any opportunity they get, as they're cheered on by individuals like Joy Reid of MSNBC, that has just called for denying medical care and treatment to people who haven't taken this product. What's happening around this world and this country is extremely concerning. There's a lot of other things happening that, of course, we will be talking about later on LukeUncensored.com, including this latest report showing how nationwide there has been a huge surge in deaths among people aged 18 to 49. There's also some insanity and a major conflict unfolding between Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, and Donald Trump, which we're going to be talking about here, which we also accurately predicted just a few weeks ago. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all exclusively here on LukeUncensored.com. Now, because you guys watch this video and share this video, I'm still able to be here, and that's why I am eternally grateful for just being able to spend some time with you. If you thought I said anything wrong or could do anything better, let me know down in the comment section below what you think that is, because your voice absolutely matters. You guys sharing these videos means the world to me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. This is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on WeAreChange.org.